Hey, good morning from, wait a minute. This is not my office. This is the Gilmer County Library. Good morning, I'm your host, and we're at the Gilmer County Library this morning. We're going to be here for 2 hours. We're going to take a complete tour of the Gilmer County Library. A lot of things going on here, very exciting. We will have Carla's Corner. If you tune in the morning on Thursday morning. I gotta get this together for a minute. Josh is here. Okay, I gotta get my bearings straight. It is Thursday. We're at the Gilmer County Library. Okay. Carla will be here at 8:30, and then after Carla, we'll have tax tips with Beth Bennett. She will be here with us at the library, and then after that, do you know what a FireWise community is? Do you know what that? And also, do you know? I grew up with this guy, I think you did too. Do you know Smokey the Bear is 75 years old? Also, we're at the Gilmer County Library, and it is National Library Week, or month, maybe month. I hope I got that right. Is it week? I don't know. I have to get my bearings straight of where I'm at, because usually the only road show I do is Circuit World in Blue Ridge. So, Josh, show them. We're going to get into the hearings yesterday, but I want Josh to show you just a couple pictures, just 2 or 3 pictures of the library here, and we're going to take that tour. So, right after our FireWise segment and talking about Smokey the Bear's 75th birthday, we're going to then run a clip of we're going to take a tour of the entire library and the new basement. If you did not realize, the basement is finished and completed at the library. We're going to show you that today. Now, yesterday, I'm trying to not, Josh, trying to keep the volume down a little. This is a meeting room. This is a big meeting room up here at the library that you can use at any time. All you have to do is go to the front counter and reserve the meeting room here. Wi-Fi, everything going on. But give me number one quickly there, Josh. Give me number one. And number one, Julian Assange arrested in London. Okay. So we all know, I think it's been since 2012, he has been held up in the Ecuadorian embassy in London. They ended his asylum there in the embassy, I think last week or whatever, whenever they did that, and they turned him over to the police in London. This is going to be a big deal because the deep state media has Julian Assange, let's go to number 2 there, has Julian Assange as the DNC, the one that leaked the DNC emails that were hacked. This is all allegedly, okay, was hacked by the Russians. So you remember the DNC server that supposedly has been hacked by the Russians, that he is working, according to the deep state media, the MSNBC and the CNN and the CBS, ABC, that Assange has been working with the Russian government, and he is the one that dumped the emails, Hillary's emails and John Podesta's. You need to watch this play out. This is going to be very interesting. Now, let me say this, okay? We're all hearing this morning about Bob Barr. All right, Bob Barr, and let me show you just quickly here. They are going nuts over Bob Barr. Yesterday, the Attorney General saying that the spying, okay. Number 4 is Warner from Virginia, top Democrats voice frustration over Barr's claim of spying on the Trump campaign. Okay, number 5, this is Adam Schiffless. Top Democrats voice frustration over Barr's claim of spying on the Trump campaign. And Chuck Schumer, number 6. Okay, AG Barr admitted he had no evidence. Now, there's a couple things. You know how I am when it comes to the deep state media, is I like to look at certain words, okay? If you're out there this morning and you think, okay, great, Attorney General Bob Barr brought up spying, The Fourth Amendment, okay, is the Constitution, all right? The Fourth Amendment to the Constitution. So a lot of conservatives, most are excited that he brought that up yesterday, okay? And it's spinning the Democrats' head off. And you and I know that William Barr, the Attorney General, cannot, just leave Schumer's tweet up there for a minute, he cannot discuss in front of that panel the evidence he has. So let me just say this to you. Attorney General Bob Barr did not bring this up yesterday without knowing what he's talking about. Now, you remember when Donald Trump said he was tapped, that Trump Tower was tapped and spied on? We know, you and I know that they spied on the Trump campaign. We know they created a hoax, investigated the campaign, investigated the President of the United States with zero to go on. Bob Barr knows that also. Always remember, a good attorney, which this is what he is the top cop in the United States. He is an attorney. He has been Attorney General before. He understands where he's at. This is not the first time he has ever give any testimony to the Senate. This is not the first time, right? So when he says things, he knows what he's doing, and there's an old rule that an attorney you're not going to answer something, when you get a question, you're not going to answer it not knowing you have the evidence. Bob Barr knows what he has, okay? And he was not going to share the evidence yesterday. But the deep state media is running cover, and we're going to show you in a minute a couple of this. Attorney General Barr admitted, this is Chuck Schumer, Attorney General Barr admitted he had no evidence to support his claim that spying on the Trump campaign did occur. Attorney General Barr must retract his statement immediately or produce specific evidence to back it up. We'll get the evidence to back it up. These people know they just have to come out and spout these things out to try to change the talking points. The defense team, remember, the deep state's defense team is the media. And if you're excited this morning, because I watched CNN at 4 a.m., okay? I watched MSNBC at 5 a.m., I watched Fox at 4 a.m. this morning. If you're excited this morning that all the networks are talking about Bob Barr and spying on the Trump campaign, don't go too fast. The only reason they're talking about it is they're running cover. They're talking about now that Barr's corrupt. They're saying that Barr has bought into our conspiracy theory. He is running with Trump's talking points. Do you think this man, William Barr, look at his career, went in there to the Senate with Trump's talking points? I don't think so. But they're running cover. They keep saying no evidence, and I'll show you, okay? Perpetuating conspiracy theories is beneath the office of Attorney General. This is not a conspiracy theory, okay? Let's go to number 7. Attorney General Barr accuses U.S. of spying on 2016 Trump campaign despite no evidence. See what I'm saying? We know there's evidence. You and I know it. But watch what they're running with, okay? Number 8, Attorney General Barr seems to embrace Republican talking points on Mueller Russian probe. See, you and I know they're not talking points. You and I know what Barr did yesterday. You and I are aware of it. See, this seems to be something new on CNN and MSNBC. They all knew there was a day they were going to have to deal with this. They've talked in newsrooms, ABC, George Stephanopoulos, all of them have talked in newsrooms, what are we going to do when we actually have to deal with this? Now, they want the Mueller report unredacted. I don't think so, because one of the senators that questioned Barr yesterday said, and I watched all 3 hours, I watched the entire 3 hours yesterday afternoon on YouTube, And one of the senators questioned Barr and said, okay, when you make these redactions, all right, and are we going to see page 1 and we're going to see a paragraph and then we're going to see 14 pages of redactions? And he said, no, you're not going to see that. He said, are we going to see 14 pages of redactions and we're going to read it and we're not going to be able to, this is what one senator asked the Attorney General, we're not going to be able to kindly figure out what did happen? Barr looked at him and said, oh no, you will see clearly what happened. Now that's not a quote, but you go watch it. Oh no, when you read the report with the redactions, you will see clearly. Okay, so there is the Russian probe, number 8. Let me give you number 9. Trump sounds off on a legal investigation. The President of the United States has used treason twice. Yesterday he used treason, okay, the word treason, and I do agree with him. And he used it in a tweet this morning that he put out. And let me see if I have one more. Number 15, all right? Number 15, CNN, this was an attempted coup, and it was an attempted coup. You and I know that. CNN, President blasts Mueller investigation as illegal and crooked. And number 17, Nancy Pelosi investigation. The Pelosi, number 17, Pelosi said yesterday as she was shaking. Did you watch Pelosi yesterday? I mean, she was literally shaking. Pelosi slammed investigation as off the rails. That Bob Barr went off the rails. What Nancy Pelosi is really saying, the Speaker of the House, is Bob Barr is not playing by the deep state rules. He went off the rails. So what did I tell you yesterday morning? Here's where I want to go now. If you remember yesterday morning, I said when Barr, I'm getting ready to play a video, and when Barr, when Bob Barr yesterday, the Attorney General, when he, I'm sorry, this thing is buzzing here. When Bob Barr, the Attorney General, there, sorry about that. I should have put it on silent. I have it on vibrate. I apologize. I know people can contact me during the show, but when Bob Barr, the Attorney General, testified before the Appropriations Committee, remember this is about money, his budget, the House Appropriations Committee, I knew that day there would be no news break there, okay? That is run by the Democrats. They're in the majority, and I knew 2 days ago there would be no news really come out of the House testimony with Barr. But what did I tell you yesterday morning? Do you remember very clearly? I said I was excited. Now, who was not there yesterday? Marco Rubio. But I told you I was excited yesterday. And remember why? I said especially Lindsey Graham, right? And Kennedy from Louisiana. And I was interested to see what Joe Manchin said. And there was some good discussion concerning the Affordable Care Act. But I was not able to, let me see, I think, let me see something here really quick, Josh, but yesterday, Senator Lindsey Graham, all right? Now, all you're hearing about this morning is Bob Barr and the comment on spying. That's it. I watched CNN. That's the lead. I watched MSNBC Morning Joe and Minka. They are talking about the spying, okay? That's what they're talking about. Lindsey Graham asked Attorney General Barr some questions. Now, in this video, I want you to look at Dianne Feinstein. She is the ranking member of this committee, or the Judicial Committee. Because what's going to happen here, and this is, let me set this up. The House Judicial Committee, all right, the ranking member is Congressman Doug Collins. And Doug Collins is running point for the Republicans. Congressman Collins is running point for the Republicans and getting all kinds of information out there, all right? But he's not the ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee That's Jerry Nadler. The ranking member of the the Senate Judiciary Committee is Lindsey Graham. All right, and we are all wondering, what will Lindsey do? Will he take this on? Okay, will we get another special counsel? So on the Senate side, we're relying on Senator Lindsey Graham, and on the Senate side, in the Judiciary Committee, the ranking Democrat in minority is Dianne Feinstein. Listen to this clip. This, to me, is as big, okay, as big as the spying comments yesterday. And look at Dianne Feinstein's face. Go ahead and play the clip.
Okay, as to what you're going to do on May the 1st, we'll save that mostly for May 1st. But I am intrigued by the idea of this working group or some group looking at the other side of the ledger. Do you agree with me that every American should be concerned as to whether or not a warrant was obtained against an American citizen with unverified information?
Absolutely. I think, you know, the Fourth Amendment is one of our most cherished civil liberties.
So you think that's an appropriate thing to look at, and you will look at it?
Yes.
Okay. Do you share my concern that if you're going to open up a counterintelligence investigation against a presidential candidate, that you have to have a very good reason?
Yes, absolutely.
And a counterintelligence investigation is designed to protect the target of foreign influence. Is that correct?
That is correct.
It's not a prosecutorial function, is it?
No, unless espionage or some violation of espionage laws develops.
So would it be odd that the candidate was never really briefed by the Department of Justice that your campaign may be targeted by a foreign entity?
That is one of the questions I have. I feel normally the campaign would have been advised of this.
Okay. And can you think of a good reason right now why they wouldn't have been?
I'm interested in getting that answer. They had two former U.S. attorneys, in Chris Christie and Rudy Giuliani, involved in the campaign, and I don't understand why the campaign was not advised.
Apparently, when Senator Feinstein had a person on her staff that was supposedly connected to the Chinese government, she was briefed. Is that the normal way you do things with a counterintelligence investigation?
I think...
Well, she was briefed about a staff member that they thought might be connected to the Chinese government, and she took action and fired the guy. Is that sort of what you're supposed to be doing?
That's what I would, if I were Attorney General and that situation came up, I would say, yes, brief the target of the foreign espionage activity.
Okay. So you're pledging to this committee, and I guess to the country as a whole, is to find out what happened with the warrant application, find out about the counterintelligence investigation, to make sure that the law was followed, and if there was any abuse of the law, to report to the Congress and the public. Is that accurate?
That's accurate. I just, you know, want to satisfy myself that there were no abuse of law enforcement or intelligence powers.
Well, I'm glad you're doing that. When it comes to Mr. Mueller, are you talking to him about the 6E material?
I haven't personally talked to him about the 6E, but his people are working on the 6E material.
So there's a collaboration between your people and Mueller people about what to take out and what to leave in on the grand jury side?
Yes, as it was described to me, people are sitting at the same table.
Right. When it comes to ongoing criminal investigations, you're making sure that prosecutors, they have a say about what's released because it may jeopardize their cases?
That's right, the people involved in those cases.
And when it comes to classified information, you're talking to the intelligence community to make sure they're okay?
Okay, we're back, folks, and as you were watching on that video, and I tell you, yesterday I watched all 2.5 hours yesterday afternoon. It's our Attorney General of the United States of America. It's a big subject. I mean, we spent, you, the taxpayers, spent $25 million to create a report to see if there was a foreign influence and if there was a collusion between a presidential campaign. Now let's leave President Donald Trump out of it just for a second. We're looking at, did we have a foreign influence? Did we have espionage? What did we have in a presidential campaign? Was that possible? So we spent $25 million to look at that, and we're waiting to see a report. So yesterday, what did South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, which, let me remind you, is the chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee, okay? And what did he ask? He asked the Attorney General of the United States of America, was it not customary, common to brief a campaign if there was a possibility of counterintelligence that was trying to infiltrate their campaign? The Attorney General said, yes, it's right there in the video. And also, Senator Graham looked over, and that's why I said I wanted you to get a good look at Senator Dianne Feinstein's face, because she is the ranking member on the Senate Judiciary Committee, and she knows what's coming up. Senator Feinstein had a Chinese employee, okay, that was foreign espionage within her ranks. Okay, you can look that up. You can Google it on the internet. It's a very well-known story, and I'm not going to say she knew it and let it go. I'm not going to say she did that. But as a senator, she had had foreign espionage within her office, and when the FBI found out and they investigated, they went to the senator and briefed her and said, hey, you have someone within your office that's involved in espionage, okay? That's what Lindsey Graham was trying to create is, hey, you know what? Why did they not go to the Trump campaign, all right, our FBI? And the Attorney General said, I'm going to look into that. I have to. Because let me say this, there's a couple takeaways, and I like to break down sentences, all right? And you know that if you watch the show very often. The Attorney General said, you know what? The campaign had 2 former U.S. district attorneys. Now keep that in mind. When the Donald Trump campaign was going on, there was 2 former U.S. district attorneys in that campaign, one being Chris Christie. Before he was governor of New Jersey, he was a U.S. district attorney in the state, okay? Second, Rudy Giuliani. Before he became mayor in New York City, Rudy Giuliani was a former U.S. attorney, which was famous for bringing down some, we'll call it the mob figures, okay, in New York City. Before he was mayor, he was a U.S. attorney. So what the Attorney General, William Barr, is saying here is we are not for sure why, with 2 former U.S. district attorneys, they did not go over and brief then candidate Trump and the campaign and say, hey, look, there's counterintelligence trying to infiltrate your campaign. They're supposed to do that. They are supposed to do this. As soon as there's foreign influence in your campaign. They're supposed to do that. Our FBI is supposed to go and say, hey, and any of our NSA, national security, any of our intelligence agencies, let's put it out there, any of our intelligence agencies, as soon as they know there's foreign influence, as soon as they know there's counterintelligence, as soon as they know there's foreign espionage, they are supposed to go brief the individual. They did not. And that's what Senator Lindsey Graham asked. And you heard the Attorney General say he was going to look into that. Also, the FISA warrant. Don't forget the FISA warrant. So the Attorney General yesterday, as I always say, spun their heads off. They're all running around. And come on in, Carla. We know we're going to be here in just a minute. So come on in. We've got Carla's Corner coming up, but it spun their heads off yesterday. Let me say one more thing before we close. I enjoy these little things. I know you know that, but number 13, I think, let's see, number 13, you have your Treasury Secretary. Now, the Treasury Secretary of the United States is Steve Mnuchin, and what some may not know, that the IRS falls under the Department of Treasury in the United States, which they have asked. This is the Ways and Means. The House Ways and Means Committee has sent a letter and asked for 6 years of the president's tax returns to the IRS, which it's Steve Mnuchin's decision on whether to release that. Now, we can't get into a lot of details because we got a lot of other things going on this morning we're getting ready to go into, but he has made a decision. The legal implications, here's the statement he made this morning. The legal implications of this request could affect protections of all Americans against politically motivated disclosures. Go to the next one, number 14, of personal tax information, regardless of which party is in power. So, looks like they're going to go to court to see the tax returns. It looks like the Mueller report next week may be very interesting, and we are going to hear a lot more on Attorney General's Bob Barr's comments on spying on the President of the United States. Wow, folks, we got a lot to unpack. Now, I'm going to go to break, and when I get back this Thursday morning here, we do things a little different. As I told you, it is National Library Week here, and we're at the Gilmer County Library, and it's great to be up here at the Gilmer County Library. We have, show a couple pictures there, Josh, of the library, if you can, over my shoulder. We're going to, Carla's Corner is right after these messages. We're going to have Carla's Corner, and then after Carla's Corner, we're going to have tax tips with Beth Bennett, and then we are going to have, do you realize, do you know what a Firewise community is? We have a Firewise community. We're going to have a segment on that, and today, don't miss it. We're going to show you the basement. The basement is finished. It has been a shell here at the Gilmer County Library for several years, and it is finished. It's a great facility downstairs here, but we're going to show you an entire tour, take an entire tour of the Gilmer County Library, and I even get involved in a little bit of the kids' story time in our segment. So, Josh, take us to break, and when we come back, it's time for Carla's Corner.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and LJ, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Hello, My name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. It's time for Carla's Corner. Hi Carla, how are you?
I'm freaking out because I don't have my screen.
Yeah, there's a big screen across
Yeah, there's no big screen. I don't know what to look at. I'm just going to stare at the little black box for a little while.
So for about 25 minutes, what we're going to do is hope for the best?
Yeah, we're just hoping for the best today. I'm used to being able to see myself and keep myself in check.
Okay, this is National Library Week.
Yes.
And we are at the Gilmer County Library. And I want to say something. I started the first half of the show, and I didn't mention it. The librarian here, Heath Lee, a great guy.
Yes.
And we want to thank him for opening up early.
He's a great guy, except he's a Clemson fan. He does have his flaws like all men.
Okay. He's a Clemson fan. Wait a minute. No. You could just end it there. No, why don't you just end it there? That's what gets me. All right, he's a Clemson fan. You're not a Clemson fan. But then you said he has his flaws. You could have put a period there.
I picked this cup just for today.
But you could have put a period there. You said no, like all men.
All men have flaws.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Well, you want to go there, do you?
I didn't have to go there. It was already established before I got here.
So, first of all, we took a tour. There's a tour of the library. This is an amazing place, amazing facility.
Yes.
We are in their meeting room, and I did not realize till yesterday, walking around and talking with the librarian, that the meeting room we're in belongs to the citizens. And if you come in and you say, hey, I would like to schedule the room, if nothing's going on, you schedule the room.
Yeah, we've used this room for some trainings and public meetings and stuff like that, so it's a great room.
Projector is available, and it is a great room and great Wi-Fi. Now, I have something before we get into some things that you might have as far as coming up. Did you know they were finishing the basement? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you know it's complete?
I did not know it was completed yet.
It is amazing. Take this.
I'm determined to have a party in the library basement, like one of those speakeasies without the booze. Well, you have to know the password to get into the basement.
Oh, you want the password? Swordfish. That's the password. Swordfish.
That's a movie.
No, it's not. Well, it is. No, Swordfish is the password.
And it's a movie.
It's a movie. It is a Marx Brothers movie, which you'd have no idea what I'm talking about. The Marx Brothers. It's an old movie, I think, from the 40s.
No, I'm talking about the movie with Hillary, what's her face, that dated.
I get that.
The baseball player.
I get that.
Sorry, that was my baseball sling.
All right. So downstairs in the basement, there's room for a couple hundred people.
Yeah.
It's big. All right. What's going on with you?
Well, I thought we were going to talk about Library Week. Am I allowed to talk about Library Week, or have you?
Yes.
I didn't know.
I mean, it's like, say something. Go with it.
Oh,
what do you
so
have?
I'm kind of stoked about Library Week. You know why I'm excited about Library Week?
No.
Because they forgive your fines this week. I've been waiting. Like, it's been building up. Like, I've been waiting for this week.
So this is Forgiveness Week, not just National Library Week. This is
Forgiveness
National
Week.
Wow, you know what? Also, you're the reason why they have something up front that they're able to take money. It's people like you.
Yes.
Because I went up front and they have the card reader for a purchase.
Yes.
And I said, oh, and I said, oh, so so you
they
take
didn't
money.
Used to have that.
But you take money, and they said yes. Sometimes there's some fines and.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, I forgot my checkbook. She'd be like, we take cards now. Oh, when did that happen?
You can make a payment right now. All right, so
when they get Apple Pay, I'm really gonna be in trouble.
So this week you can gather up all the books.
Oh, you have to have the books?
I don't know.
I already turned the books back in to stop the increase.
Oh, you've already turned the books in.
I just assumed maybe I could write the fines off this week.
All right.
It does come to my attention that Fine Forgiveness Week is the week before your taxes are due.
I don't know where you're going with anything this morning.
Your taxes are due on Monday. You can forgive your library fines of the week before. Shuffle your finances around.
You know what I was looking for yesterday?
I think I just said a whole lot about my finances.
I'm trying to move on. I'm working with you here, trying to find something to move on with. You know what I noticed? I was looking for yesterday in the library. I was looking for the card catalog.
No.
But I think we should just do it, just to be doing it.
No.
It's a screen. It's a computer.
So many paper cuts I remember from going through the card catalog to try to find something. And then there's a whole generation, my generation, that literally would just walk the library aisles to find books versus looking in the card catalog. We were just like, no, that's not worth it. We'll just take our chances and where's Waldo, this book?
Wow. You just totally went against everything the library had organized for you to find your book. What is it, Josh? The Dewey Decimal System? Is that what it is? It's a whole thing that kids don't know now. I mean, they will never know the system. I think it's...
Now they come to the library and they're like, I'm going to go look up a book. And you're like, okay. And then you walk over there and they're playing Minecraft.
Is this how you're going to be all day? Is this the whole
story.
day with
so
you?
let's talk about the library. Some of my favorite things about the library, because I do love the library a whole lot.
I get it. I know.
So they have the puzzle area where you can check out puzzles, but they also always have a puzzle that's like being worked on, so you can actually come and add, help work on this puzzle. That's one of my favorite things. And then I love my kids. Well, one of my kids particularly loves the Lego Club. They have Lego Club once a month here, and they have, like, this room turns into, like, boxes of Legos. Like, they just bring out tubs and tubs and tubs of Legos, and the kids can come build things, and then they display the Legos until the next month, where they come and they take it apart and they build new things.
Whoa, I like that.
Yeah, I love the Lego Club. And they always have other fun youth events. Like, I saw they were doing bingo for books coming up, and they do, like, pajama nights, and then obviously they do the Festival of Trees at Christmas time. And if you love books and you love the library, they also have the Friends of the Library that you can be part of and help support the library. They also have, right by the door, a little thing that you can actually, it's the little box of books that you take a book out of it and you don't get fined if you don't bring it back. Like, you can keep those books. I know about that box too. That's my other favorite thing about the library.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Josh, what room is it that we went into, the history, what was the name of that room?
The genealogical room?
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Yes.
Genealogy room?
And it requires, you gotta hush.
Yes.
When you go in that room, you gotta go like this. You can't say anything.
A lot of our throwback pictures that I post on our Facebook, like old pictures of the area, that's where I get them. I go to the genealogy room and I research and find old pictures to share.
That and I like the migration track where they have Virginia and you could start in Gilmer and go through the history, even churches, and the migration track into the counties of Georgia and into other states. It's a great room.
It was, I think last year, the year before was the anniversary of the blizzard. Like, it was a special anniversary. 2018 was 25 years or something. Y'all watch my math. And so I got to break out the little, where you feed the little scroll, the film, and it shows the newspaper or whatever. And I went all the way back to see the pictures of the blizzard from the newspaper, so I could use those pictures. Sorry, the thing.
Is it?
Special collection. Did somebody text you and tell you that?
Wait a minute. You got to break out. I love this. You got to. Wait a minute.
Now he's got to Google what it is, because I don't know. The thing where you put the film in and you scroll through the film. And you can go really, really fast, or you can go really, really slow.
Let's see. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Microfiche.
What?
Microfiche.
That sounds like a bacteria that you get. This is for Taylor. Swimming
So
for pigs.
what you're telling me, you said you got to get the film and the little scrolly thing, is what you did is they have a microfiche machine.
Sure. Bless you.
That's what it is. And you get the roll, and the old newspapers are on the roll, and you can look at the screen and roll it, and right? Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was super excited. I'd never done it before, so I was.
A newspaper, catalog, or other document, it's a machine that you put the little thing on.
Oh, yeah, there's a video. There's
Right
YouTube
here,
videos on
right.
how to use it.
Yes.
I use that.
I just didn't, what, you know,
And so,
I am disappointed that you didn't know what that is. I'm disappointed. You're at the library. I mean, you get the little thingy. I mean, when I get the little thingy and roll it.
so
and watch.
cool thing about the library, you have everything from
That's a cool thing, and you should know what it is.
ancient things like microfiche machines all the way up to 3D printers. So you've got ancient technology to modern technology available at our local library.
Yes, absolutely. Anything, we got a little time here, and
They also have yearbooks.
yes, yearbooks.
I love that. I love that about a library. You can go to the library and you can go all the way back in time to old yearbooks and look at hairdos and stuff.
You go through yearbooks with people you don't know? You do that?
Yeah, I like looking at all the old pictures. School
Really?
was way better back in the day than it is now.
Well, finally you said something I understand. Yes, it was way better. But what I'm saying is you actually go, I would never come in and go through a yearbook that I don't know anybody.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool that way back when.
Give me the date on that way back, because I want to see exactly where I match up in that way.
60s.
Oh, keep going. That's okay, good.
They, Pickens Tech, which is now Chattahoochee Technical College System of Georgia or something, had yearbooks for the school. Like, I thought that was crazy. Like, they had enough kids to make, like, could you imagine making a yearbook for a college for Chattahoochee Tech right now? it'd be like this thick. So now back then, and it was like separated into nursing and automotive, and it was really cool, like all these trades, and I thought that was really cool. They had yearbooks for Pickens Tech.
Anything going on around in the county we need to talk about? We have holiday coming up, Easter.
This is an exciting week. This is also National Boys and Girls Club Week, too.
Okay.
And I love our local Boys and Girls Club, so I did want to mention our Boys and Girls Club. They've got a couple of fundraisers and things going on right now. They're doing a big campaign to help get their building that they purchased on progress, open and ready for next school year. They are doing their 5K. I believe it's a 5K. Yeah, it's a 5K in River Park in May, so you can sign up for that. But anytime you can volunteer or donate supplies, they're always in need of supplies, but support your local Boys and Girls Club during Boys and Girls Club Week, which is this week. And I believe it's National Small Business Week as well. Lots of stuff this week. And of course, Fetch Your News is a small business.
I get it. Thank you.
We support small businesses in our community.
Absolutely,
So
we do.
with Easter coming around the corner, I wanted to mention just a reminder to try to support your small businesses when you're trying to fill those little Easter baskets. Whimsy Boutique, Mountain Treasures, you can go to the fudge shop and get some fudge to put in the baskets. There's tons of little shops that you can buy adorable little things to put in your Easter baskets for your kids, so that you're shopping local, supporting local businesses. And let me tell you, $5 for a local business versus $5 at Walmart is a huge difference. Not that I'm against Walmart. I'm not against Walmart. I'm just saying that this National Small Business Week, and you could support small businesses this week.
I agree, absolutely. And also, before we get to the end, don't forget that you can send to the chamber, and we'll talk about where to go in just a minute. You can send to the chamber next weekend, Easter weekend, your Good Friday services, your Sunday services, anything you have going on throughout the weekend, Easter egg hunts. You can get that to us at FetcherNews.com. We'll help you get it out on our social media, and also you can get it to the Chamber of Commerce, and they will help you get out all of the events you have throughout the Easter weekend. What else is going on?
I wanted to mention, I just had complete brain block.
Yeah, that's shocking.
Well, dang it.
Well,
I had it, and then you started talking, and I started listening, and I lost it. I will mention a couple of things. We've got a busy week coming up first weekend of May. We have the Georgia Apple Blossom Festival. We have the CLC, the Gilmer Christian Learning Center Run for the Sun 5K. That is also our Cinco de Mayo weekend, I'm pretty sure.
Hold on just a second. Don't Josh, go let Beth in. I just got a message she's here. Sorry about that, folks. We got our tax tips, and the library is not open yet to the public, so go ahead and let her in, let her know. I'm sorry.
So
I
that Cinco de
apologize.
Mayo weekend is also Kentucky Derby weekend, so there'll be Kentucky Derby parties, so really get excited. There's the car show, so many things happen in that first weekend in May, so be ready for an exciting weekend. And I wanted to mention one more thing. I remembered what it was. It's National Pet Day.
Today is?
Today is.
Do you mean today is National Pooch Day? Pet?
Pet. That includes other crazy four-legged creatures.
Crazy four-legged, yeah, even cats.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Is that what you're talking about?
That was what I was talking about.
Okay.
So happy National Pet Day. Send all your cute little pictures of your pets to Lisa, and she'll probably post them because she loves posting pictures of people's pets.
You got it, don't you? If you say, I will tell you what, Carla just hit it out of the park. If it is National Pet Day, which we know it's National Pet Day, if it's National Pet Day, you send your pet and its name, your pet's name, to tag us on FetcherNews.com or just email us info@FetcherNews, and we guarantee that will get posted, don't you?
You just got content for Lisa for the next 6 months.
Yes, exactly. So, she gets up every day, and I want to give a shout out. That is something that people can't wait for. A lot of our people. She gets up and puts a dog every single morning. Puts a dog in. We're Fetcher News.
I occasionally get tagged in some.
Do you?
I'm not sure if it's meant for me to this dog reminds me of you.
So
not sure how to take that, but I appreciate it anyway.
We got a couple more minutes here. The librarian here, Heath Lee, asked Carla to be on the show several times, and Carla just never set it up. And Carla just.
Brian took the lead on this whole thing too.
Carla never made it happen, and so I just said, we got to do this, and but we both together, all jokes aside, you and I have been talking for a long time about coming up here and doing what we're doing today, and I'm excited about that. Anytime we can highlight things in our community, it's a great day, and we're highlighting this morning all the available things at our library, and we've talked about National Small Business Day. We've talked about National Pet Day.
It's a big week.
And it's National Library Week.
And you better get your taxes done in the next couple days.
Excuse me, there's some ladies here that will tell people that.
I'm leading into that.
Oh, they'll tell
I planned that.
They will tell people that. Okay, they will do that next. You don't need to do that. What you need to do is remember, Carla said this. This is not official. I want to make sure of this. But Carla claims that National Library Week is also National Fine Forgiveness Week.
It is. There's a sign.
Then I need to see it. Because the librarian did not come in and tell me.
I think there should be National Tax Forgiveness Week.
Okay. Do we have anything else, Carla, around the community? Don't forget if your church or you're having a Good Friday service next week, an Easter egg hunt, special times on Easter services. Sorry about the Easter services. You want to get that to us at Fetcher News and also the Chamber, and we will help you get those notifications out. Anything else happening?
Nope, that's it.
We're not far away from Apple Blossom Festival. How many weeks off? That's in May, right?
Yeah, did you not? He totally was not even. He was sitting next to me.
Did you bring that up?
I talked about the entire weekend of that weekend and all the things happening. Yes.
Where was I?
Don't know. I mentioned Apple Blossom Festival, Kentucky Derby parties, Cinco de Mayo, the car show, the 5K for Run for the Sun.
Oh, you mentioned all that? I must have missed it. I don't know where.
Woo!
Don't know where I was at. Anyhow, folks, all those things that Carla mentioned, you could find those at the Chamber, GilmerCountyChamber.com website. You go to the GilmerCountyChamber.com, and up in the top corner, there's a calendar of events. You can click on the button that says Calendar of Events, and when you do that, all of the categories come up. You can click on that. If you cannot find the information you're looking for at the top of the website, you will see the telephone number, very bold there. You call and contact us. Send them an email over there. If you want to visit the Chamber on 515 on the northbound side, coming up from the south, you'll find the big green sign over there that says Gilmer Chamber, and that's the Welcome Center. That's headquarters. We named that headquarters, remember?
You named that headquarters.
I named it. I'm calling it headquarters.
I call it the East LJ office.
No, it's headquarters. If you want it, it's on 515. But then don't miss an opportunity to stop by and say hello at the new downtown LJ Welcome Center there for the Chamber. Welcome Center right on the square there. You got anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Now, I have Beth Bennett coming up, and she, just so you know, she's going to give tax tips if you want to stick around, if you need some help.
Her tax tip is, don't forget that Monday's the deadline.
All right, we'll be right back. We're at the Gilmer County Library, and we'll be right back after this with tax tips from Beth Bennett.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and LJ, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the beautiful Gilmer County Library. It's National Library Week, and we got a lot going on this morning. Now it's time for tax tips, H&R Block tax tips with Beth Bennett and friend. I didn't know what to do.
OMG.
I didn't know what to do.
She said she was going to be quiet. That didn't last 10 seconds.
Yeah, but I didn't know what to do. I froze. I mean, you know, I did.
He does that a lot. He freezes.
Yeah, he freezes a lot.
Gets tongue-tied often.
I'm used to
remember that one.
Well, now the audience, come on, folks. We're doing this for the people. And the audience out there, they're looking in, and I say tax tips with Beth Bennett, and they're out there saying, well, you're going to be rude? I mean, so I figured we'd throw in, friend or somebody's with us.
I like sidekick.
Because they know you're Beth Bennett.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will only tell you who our special guest is if she says it herself.
Oh, I'm Crystal.
Oh, hi, Crystal.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I'm so glad I could join you today.
I'm sorry, folks. I just, I'm used to rolling with Beth Bennett and Crystal. Write that down. And Crystal.
No, it's
Oh, I'm
taken
in
me years
trouble.
to get her here.
I'm
you
glad
know.
you're sitting here because I know I'm in big trouble.
I've been trying to get her on here with me for
She
years.
does a great job, and I do want to. It is, somebody told me it's National Small Business Week.
Oh, I
So,
didn't know that.
I don't know if it is. Carla said it is, so we'll go
I know
with it.
yesterday was National Sibling Day. Did you tell your
I-
siblings you love them?
Let's not talk about that.
I
No,
posted
no.
that I loved my brother yesterday.
You posted
He
that?
did not respond.
He did not respond.
Is this tax tips? Hi, brother. In fact, I'm looking for a dependent. Is that you? No, I said to somebody, because somebody said, it is National Siblings Day. Did you say hello? And I talk to my brothers and sisters, I don't want to say quite often, but enough. All right, being nice. I thought, okay, so if I do it tomorrow, that means I'm good for a year? Was that what you're telling me? So,
Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, it should be National Siblings Day every day, but it's supposedly National Small Business Week, supposedly. And this is a small business. This is two sisters here run this, right?
Oh Lord, he is just adding them up today.
What?
His hole is just getting deeper.
You guys are not
Here
sisters?
comes the British accent.
Beth, it is coming up, Tax Tips with Beth Bennett and Crystal now. H&R Block, it is coming up on April 15th. So we have a file now deadline. Talk about when the deadline is, the last minute to file and get it in the mail.
So Monday, April 15th is the deadline this year. And this is the first time the deadline has been on the 15th in like 7 or 8 years. It's been a really long time. It's been being on the 16th, the 17th, and the 18th. Last year it was the 18th. And then last year you got an extra 1 day or two. Did we get
We
2
got
days?
2 extra days because of the IRS shutting down.
Their computers shut down on the last
So if the 15th falls on a Saturday or Sunday and things like that, what exactly makes it to where on some years it's not on the 15th?
There's a national holiday that's only celebrated in
DC.
Washington, D.C., and it's Emancipation Day. I've never looked up what that holiday is for Washington, D.C., but it's only celebrated in Washington, D.C. And so if the 15th lands on, and usually it's if it lands on Saturday or Monday, then it's bumped. So I'm not sure why this year it didn't get bumped.
So this year it is Monday. So Monday is the filing deadline for your taxes. So tell people what they have to do, what they have to get to you, what all's going on as far as how you can help them file between now and Monday.
So Monday's the deadline, so you really want to make sure that you get into, well, my office would be preferable, but get your taxes filed. The penalty to not file is way greater than just a penalty for not paying, right? Everyone wants to wait till the last minute because they think they owe, but you really need to make sure that you file. If you can't file for whatever reason, file an extension. An extension will give you until October the 15th. But the penalty, and I brought this with me because to read the penalty verbatim. So the penalty, the late filing penalty, is usually charged if your return is filed after the due date. The penalty is 5% of the amount due for each month or part of a month your return is late. The maximum penalty is 25% of what you owe. So let's just say you owe $1,000. Your penalty is automatically $250. That's pretty big, right? A $250 penalty on top of the $1,000 you owe, plus the interest that it accrues daily. So that's a pretty big penalty. If your return is more than 60 days late, the minimum penalty is $210. So if you even only owe $100 and you're 60 days late filing, you automatically owe a $210 penalty. So make sure you file or file an extension by Monday. Big deal.
So now, and as I will say, the IRS is the best collection agency there is because they will take it and they come before everybody. They come before everybody else. Now, let me just say this on the where you get in trouble, and those are my words because I'm not a tax professional, but where you get in trouble is not filing.
Not you're going to pay penalty for not paying as well.
Right.
But the penalty for not filing is a steeper because for not paying on time, you're supposed to pay your taxes as you earn your income. So like as you earn your paycheck each week, you're supposed to have that withheld, right? But a lot of people are small businesses and self-employed or work for someone who doesn't take taxes out. So you're still supposed to make quarterly payments or payments regularly so that you pay that. So to avoid paying any late payment penalties, you have to have paid at least 90% of your taxes due for the year by the deadline. So with this extension, it's only an extension to file your return, not an extension to pay your taxes. Your taxes are still due what you think you will owe on the 15th.
What are the other things that you have as far as notes that you want to make sure we cover with the audience this morning, as far as some things you want to talk about?
One of the really big things that we talk a whole lot about right now at this time of the year is open an IRA, okay? And a lot of people don't understand the difference between a traditional IRA and a Roth IRA. There's a world of difference tax-wise on the beginning end and the back end. So if you open a traditional IRA, that can help you on your tax return today for last year. It will count on this tax return for this year. It'll count towards 2018. And that can give you a tax credit now. So you don't pay any taxes on the money that you'll put in that. So if you're under 50, you can put in $5,500. If you're 50 or older, you could put $6,500 in that IRA, and then you get a tax credit for that. Same as like putting your money in your 401k, that goes pre-tax. So that gives you that tax credit. Okay, and then when you take the money out of that traditional IRA when you're retired, you will pay taxes. But here's the great big thing. Most of us who are working are generally in the 22% or higher tax bracket, right? So you just saved 22% on $5,500, or $6,500 if you're me, because I'm old. But 22% is what I just saved. When I take this money out, I'm probably not working. Right? I'm now living off my retirement, my Social Security. I'm probably in the 10% bracket. So now I just made 12% on my money. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. For a Roth IRA, you can still put that in there and possibly qualify, maybe qualify for the Savers Credit, but that has income limitations and phase outs, so you may or may not get that because it's more geared to lower income. So if you're in the higher income bracket and you put money in a Roth IRA, you're probably not going to see any tax savings on your tax return for this year. Now, there are pluses to a Roth IRA. Again, you're paying tax on it now, not getting a tax credit. When you take it out when you're retired, it's tax-free money. So just depends where you are and what you want to do. Another difference with the Roth is, with the Roth, you can take out, it has less restrictions on taking your money out. If you take money out of a traditional IRA at any time, there's penalties until you're 59 and a half. With the Roth IRA, there are some exceptions that you can take money out of that IRA without paying the penalties. So I think a lot of people gear towards the Roth because they want to have access to their money without being penalized. But for tax savings and tax credits, you want the traditional IRA that can benefit you. It could actually make you not owe or even get a refund because you're taking $6,500. Well, if you're 50, $5,500 or $6,500 off your income from being taxable, and that could be the difference in changing tax brackets. So that's a kind of a really big deal, is know the difference, understand the difference. If you know, and a lot of the financial planners and advisors really push the Roth IRAs. I don't know, why they're so passionate about them, but they're very passionate and very aggressive to do a Roth IRA. However, in our world, we're more for do the traditional. You instantly make 12% on your money.
Well, folks, that's a lot of information, and although Beth was very thorough on the information, it's a lot. It's a lot of information, and that's why they need to contact you. If you are you're up to the last minute and you're looking for somebody that has an understanding of the IRAs and your tax advantages with having an IRA at this time. Also, the filing, getting things done before Monday. Anything else on here?
Well, remember, don't forget to look for your education credits. Those are still very beneficial to your tax return. Gather all your itemized deductions. They could still be beneficial to you. Some can, some can't. Don't just say, well, people said I can't. Don't follow that, gossip, because a lot of people are still itemizing and benefiting from that. Just depends on your specific situation. The tax law changes affect everybody differently, so it's not a blanket, you can't itemize.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you said that. So what you're saying is, somebody may say, well, I didn't save that, or I'm not going to bring that because I heard I can't deduct.
Yeah, don't do
The
that.
situation, whether maybe you're married, family, children, regardless, whatever job you're working at, there may be different situations, and what they need to do is just gather everything and let you decide that.
Yeah, bring everything and
Right,
let us shuffle
will-
through your papers.
Absolutely. Bring everything. Don't say, well, I didn't want to bring it, right?
Bring everything.
Do you have the person, and don't take this wrong because I've been that person, okay? Trust me. Yeah. I don't want this misunderstood, but do you have the person that brings like the plastic bag and
Shoe boxes, milk
Oh,
crates.
yes, all kinds.
We had a comforter bag. You know the big bags comforters
I think
come
it's
in?
called normal. I really do.
It is.
All right?
It is.
It's very normal
It
in our
is.
offices.
Folks, Monday is the deadline. April 15th is Monday, midnight, to file your taxes. And H&R Block, Beth Bennett, and Crystal are ready to help you. Now, you have hours. Tell them how to get in touch with you. You have how many locations?
8 locations.
8 locations. You can find them on the internet. 8 locations, and give them a number that they can reach you.
I'm going to give you Crystal's number. You want her cell phone number?
No.
Wouldn't that be fun?
No, you're going to give me the heart.
You can reach me at 706-635-5538 or Crystal's office at 706-636-1099.
We like to get the number out, folks, because they have hours like any business, but at this time, if you call, they will set up a special appointment with you because they're going to make sure they help you get your taxes done by Monday, and you want to check it out with them. And if you want to share this segment with your friends that may want to need to get their taxes done, you can go to our YouTube channel, FYN TV, Fetch Your News YouTube channel, and click on the playlist, Tax Tips with Beth Bennett. Okay, when we get back, we're going to be talking about Smokey the Bear being 75 years old. He's got a birthday. So we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little,
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. It's been a beautiful morning up here in Gilmer County, and we're at the Gilmer County Library. It's National Library Week, and our next segment here, we're going to be talking about getting FireWise, and do you know what a FireWise community is? Now, before we get started, yes, I have Smokey the Bear here. Do I have to give it back? I'm going to have to give it back, right? Yeah, I guess so. But I do have Smokey the Bear, and our friend is 75 years old this year, and we all know him, right? Everybody here. So we get it correctly. Now, I do know the young lady at the very end, but I'm going to let her introduce herself. And we're going to start all the way down here, and everybody's going to introduce themselves, and we're going to discuss FireWise. So go ahead.
Yep. Good morning. I'm Carlene Ferguson, Gilmer County Post 2 Commissioner.
And I'm Frank Riley, Executive Director of the Chestatee Chattahoochee RC&D Council.
Mike Davis, I'm the Fire Management Officer for the Chattahoochee-Oconee National Forest here in Georgia with the U.S. Forest Service.
Anthony English, I'm a Wildland Urban Interface Specialist for the Georgia Forestry Commission, work out of the Habersham County office.
Good morning. I'm Mary Ellen Cates. I'm the FireWise Liaison for Gilmer County and for Rivers Edge Homeowners Association.
All right, let's get started. And what I want to do is anybody take the question, and you can add on as your answer. First of all, let's get started with the people out there that are wondering what we're talking about when we bring up FireWise. What are we talking about, and what do they need to know at home?
FireWise is a it's actually an international program that's sponsored by the National Fire Protection Association based in Denver, Colorado. They administer the FireWise program for the whole United States and overseas. And FireWise is a program of wildfire safety around homes, businesses, farms. It's just common sense things you have to do to reduce the fuel around your home so you can reduce the risk of a wildfire sneaking up on you or burning your house.
All right, tell us a little bit about wildfires. How does a wildfire start? What are some of the ways that it starts a wildfire?
Well, in Georgia, we have a number of things that cause wildfires. They're mostly human caused, and escape debris burns are our number one cause of wildfires here in the state. We also have things that happen during dry periods that could include people dumping ashes out of fireplaces to structure fires that get out into the woods, car fires that are on the side of the highway that get into the woods, down power lines from high wind events. So there's numerous causes, but escape debris burns are still our number one cause here in the state.
Something else I want to bring up, because a lot of people, you hear a controlled burn. Tell us what a controlled burn is, because a lot of times we'll see smoke in North Georgia and we'll hear, hey, this is a controlled burn. Tell us what that is and how does that work, and how do you determine how many acres are going to burn?
So a controlled burn, we like to use the word prescribed burn as more terminology, like a doctor can prescribe medication to treat an illness or symptoms of an illness. We can use fire to treat symptoms in the forest for a number of kind of beneficial reasons, whether it be to reduce hazardous fuels or to improve wildlife habitat by providing for more grazing vegetation or better bedding areas, or even to reduce the hardwood competition in like a pine stand. So prescribed burn, we use that as a tool because fire is and always will be a natural part of our environment. So we like to have a little bit of control on that because of the wildland urban interface that we interact with now that we've moved into. Like I said, it's not a case of if a wildfire will happen, it's a case of when. So we like to use that controlled or prescribed burn. And the acreage really just depends on the landowner or the property that we're looking at. We go through a long process of evaluation when we look at these prescribed burns. We look at soil conditions or vegetation conditions and things like that. So it really is dependent on that property itself.
We talk about FireWise, but we're talking about there's a such thing as a FireWise communities. What is that? How do you become a FireWise community, and what's that about? And how many of those across the nation do we have?
to become a Firewise community, first you have to have interest in the neighborhood on reducing the risk of wildfire, and then you form a committee, do a work day or educational day about Firewise for all the homeowners, and then you write a plan, and we help write the plans about what we plan to do to reduce the risk of wildfire in this community. There's 108 in Georgia recognized Firewise communities. I think it's around 1,400 nationally of Firewise communities over the nation. Georgia is fifth in the nation and first in the South in the Firewise communities.
And so let me ask you a question. How did you get involved in this and trying to become a Firewise community here in Gilmer County?
Well, in 2016 is when my husband and I decided to move up here full time, and I was sitting out on our deck looking at our beautiful view of Rich Mountain, but you couldn't see Rich Mountain because 2016 is when the Gatlinburg fire and Pigeon Ford and Rough Ridge all caught on fire. So I got very concerned, and we went down to Lowe's to do some shopping, and they had big posters up about where the fire was, how it was progressing, and it looked like it was headed our way. So I got scared. And we already had a little bit of a Firewise community, but at that point I had gone back on the board of directors for the homeowners, and I told my husband, I said, we got to get involved in Firewise. This is serious. And fortunately, Charlie Parrish was also on the board of directors with me. And I set up a meeting with Mike and Frank and Charlie. And Charlie's reaction was, that's a no-brainer. Yes, I think Gilmer County needs to become Firewise. And also, I'm friends with Herman Clark, who has been affiliated with the county as an attorney for many, many years. And Herman he's helping us push it with different groups within Gilmer. And then we got very fortunate with Miss Ferguson being one of the Gilmer commissioners. She right off took to it. And she had us come to her business and put a presentation out to her group. And she's been very helpful in helping us spread the word. And we appreciate you helping us spread the word as well.
Well, you know, we all grew up with, I'm 75 years old, so I'm going to take a chance that we've all grown up with Smokey the Bear here. Okay, just taking a chance. But I think in North Georgia, just one more thing I like to cover here. In North Georgia, I think we got a wake-up call a couple years ago when that fire seemed to be unstoppable, to where we even brought in people from California and all over. Both of you guys here, after that, do you see more interest in people in North Georgia, see more interest in becoming a Firewise community and people paying more attention to it?
I believe we do. Yeah, I think that raised a lot of awareness, just especially, in 2016 when we had that bad fire season. I mean, people down in Atlanta were, getting smoke from the fire, so that made the news. It made, awareness, was really on the rise. So the Firewise program, I think the proof is is evident. The neighboring counties to Gilmer County, Fannin County, Towns County, with the exception of Towns County, average 10 plus wildfires per year. Towns County has the highest concentration of Firewise communities in the state with 20 Firewise. Gilmer County has 4. Now it is on the rise, but Towns County averages 3 wildfires per year. So I think the proof, is there. It's all about education. That's what we're trying to do today. So just trying to get that word out.
So in the Firewise community, I was looking at some of the information. You go over the accelerants. I mean, you learn what are accelerants, what will what I call a matchstick, one thing right off to another, because I remember some of the people I met from California when they were out, they were talking about the wildfires out there, that the tops of the pines were like matchsticks that just kept igniting. But in our area, the Firewise community program has all that laid out of what are some of the accelerants and things like that.
That's correct. What we do is when we organize the community, we have what we call chipper days, where we bring a chipper in, people bring the brush and the debris out to this curb, we chip it up and haul it off. And what we're trying to do is reduce the leaves under your deck, around the base of your home, off the gutter, out of the gutters, on the roof, Just something where a spark or an ember won't start a fire. And if you reduce the fuel around the base of the house, if your neighbor lights a leaf pile and it gets out and it won't burn up to your house, it'll stop. Or you can defend it. We create defensible space around these homes where we reduce the fuel where the fire department has a chance to get in there and attack the fire and protect your home.
Don't you have an event coming up here at the library soon? You want to highlight that before we go? And also, I'd like to let people know how to get more information about this. So what do we have coming up here at the library?
We have an event on May the 4th at 10:30. We're going to have a birthday party for Smokey the Bear. It's called Fire in the Mountains. And Anthony, who is the wildland urban specialist, has a video, I think it's about 12 minutes, that he's going to show that will really give the people information on what they can do so their home, the title of the video is Your Home Can Survive a Wildfire. It's a great video, it's very inspirational, and we'll have the video, we'll have Anthony for questions, and we'll have the smoky cake, and we'll have coffee. So we really hope everyone will come out. The only thing we ask is that they RSVP by April the 28th so we know how much cake to get. And also they can call the library and get on the list, and then if they come to our presentation, we have more handouts that we can give them on how they can put Firewise in their own community.
Okay, folks, we'll be putting that out on our social media, and that's May 4th, 2019 at the library at 10:30. There's going to be a video, and they will be here to answer questions and open to the public. Everybody come up and join them on May 4th at 10:30 here at the Gilmer County Library. What we wanted to do this morning is just highlight the Firewise community, and how are we doing as far as Gilmer County becoming, how many did you say communities, Firewise communities in Gilmer County?
We have 4 in Gilmer County.
Okay.
So it's on the rise and trying to just spread the word.
Okay. Want to thank Gilmer County Representative this morning, Carleen Ferguson, Post Commissioner, and just to show that the Gilmer County supports this. Thank you all for coming out. I appreciate you very much. This is some great information. And if you want to learn more about Firewise communities and what's coming up here at the Gilmer County Library, you can go to our YouTube channel, FYN TV, Fetch Your News, and you will find this video and you can share it with your friends. And is there a website people can go to get information? What would you recommend? And if somebody was saying, hey, I'd like to get a little deeper on this, more information, where do they go?
The website will be firewise.org, and you can get a lot more information about it, kind of see, what you can do. There are more resources available there. And then just in Georgia, gatrees.org, and you can find more information.
Appreciate it, folks. When we come back, don't forget we're going to take a tour of the Gilmer County Library, and we've got a full tour that we're taking with the librarian, Heath Lee, and also the basement is complete, and you're going to get to see that first right here. So we'll be back right after these messages.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG.
Hey, we're at the Gilmer County Library and we're going to go in and look around. I'm your host, BKP, so come on, follow me. How are you today?
Doing well, Brian. How are you? Glad to have you in the library. You know, it's National Library Week. Didn't know if you knew that or not.
Well, we do now.
There you go. It's National Library Week.
Folks, this is Heath Lee. He's the Gilmer County Librarian. Glad to be here. National Library.
Absolutely. And actually, today is National Library Workers Day.
Wow.
So where's my gift?
Oh, wait a minute. He left it in the car.
Okay.
Folks, we're going to look around. Yes, it is National Library Week, and we're going to take a little tour. Heath, the librarian here, is going to give us a little tour of the library and all of the services and things that are available to you here that, I tell you what, the word I get is people just don't take advantage of this vast opportunity here at the library.
Well, certainly a lot of people do take advantage.
They do, but I mean some.
Some do. That's right. And always getting the word out, or what is available to everyone, is always, can be a little bit of a challenge. And not just, what's physically available, but what's available on the web, sort of digital resources and those things too. So we do try to highlight those things when we can.
Well, I'm going to say my age. Let's not go there. But I still it's hard to wrap my head around going to the library, internet, computers, Wi-Fi, and some of those opportunities. And I think that's what I was looking at. A little generational. Okay, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. So we have plenty of public computers. You'll see some of them as we walk around. Also, we have we do have Wi-Fi that runs all the time. It's always free to anyone, whether whatever device. So,
okay, folks, we're going to look around the library. Stay with us. We're going to go all over here. Josh, let's go. Okay, Heath, we're down here in the basement of the Gilmer County Library. We might have a little bit of echo. This is a big area. Now, this was not completed and finished for several years. This has just been an empty basement. This just got inspection yesterday. Tell us a little bit about the basement of the library here, what it'll be used for, and this construction that's been going on.
Right. So this was always just an empty shell. When the building was first constructed, it was used for storage and a couple of other things. Typical basement things. So the library was fortunate enough to get 2 grants from the state library system, and we totaled over $500,000. And so with that money and a local gift, this is what was able to come from those grants. So yeah, all of this is new. All the carpet, paint, walls, all of this is brand new. And so the space will be used for specific meetings, like larger scale meetings.
Let's walk over here just a minute, Josh. I got our producer with us, Josh Ross. Let's walk up because this is a big area. This will remain. This will remain like this.
This will remain open. That is the idea that everything that we put down here will be mobile. So everything will kind of be on wheels, so that we can. It's a very versatile, useful space. So you could have a larger scale event in the area. We will add things pretty soon, probably. Some projectors on each end of the room.
That's what I was going to ask. Projectors. So if you a community event or you're an organization or something, you could ask the library to schedule it and be able to use this with projectors and things like that.
Exactly. Certainly, there probably will be some parameters on the usage.
Absolutely.
But of course, we're really open to working with anyone in the community that would want to use the space. So this area will be carpeted so that we can have library events down here. People can sit on the floor. Like if we have, like in the summertime, sometimes we've had up to 200 people come to some of the summer programs. So and it gets really cramped upstairs. So now we'll be able to use this area down here for events like that. And then we also have this space over here that is not carpeted, so that we can do different kind of programs. We can do gardening programs, painting programs. Things of that nature that you don't have to.
You could set up over here where you're not worried about maybe you can put down paper and not stain the carpet and have a different kind.
Exactly.
So you can have a whole corner here of artists that are working on things.
Yes, absolutely.
And have an all-purpose surface that won't get damaged.
Correct.
Well, that's great. And let's just recap. This is off of a $500,000, $500,000 grant.
Yes.
In last year through the state. Okay, that's great. Hey, folks, the basement of the Gilmer County Library has been a shell for a long time, and now it's finished, and we have our final inspection.
Hopefully within the next 2 weeks. And also, there are bathrooms down here. There is a servant area down here. We have elevator access to the space. So so before long, we'll be able to leave the lights on for good.
Thanks a lot. We're going to continue our tour upstairs in the library, and so let's go upstairs. Heath, tell us what this area is here. I'm reading Technology Center. So what is the Technology Center of the library?
So the Tech Center is where most of our public computers are located. So this is generally where adults would come and use the computers, and there's no difference between one room and the next. However, this is our computer lab in the back, and it's actually reservable for any groups that want to reserve it. Like just like a meeting room or something of that nature. They would just call and say, we have this. Can we use the lab? And that's usually available.
So if I wanted to come up and do bring a group with me and do a technology training and have everybody at one time with me, I could reserve the lab and we can go in and do something like that?
Absolutely. We have a projector and screen that's already there, so someone could just bring in a laptop or whatever, however to facilitate the training, and it can be reserved up to, for like 8 hours if necessary.
Okay, you got the Technology Center here that you can reserve and use here, the entire center. And then we have, this is the adult computer area. So if I just come up today and I come in, and I know how this sounds, but a lot of myself and maybe many just don't know that I could come up and I can get a password, get online, and
you can, or you can just use your library card and you're able to log in. There's never any charge to just come in and use the computer. So it's always free. The Wi-Fi is free. Computer usage is free.
Okay, folks, we have talked about computers now. In a minute, we'll get to the old-fashioned. For me, Heath, it's for me. We'll get to
we
the
love the books.
Okay, now I know we do.
We haven't forgotten about the books.
All right, so let's go in some other areas here at the library. Okay, Heath, now we are at the books.
The books.
Wait a minute, before we get started. Okay. Now leave it to me to probably irritate the librarian. Do you have a card catalog?
We do, but it's digital. We don't have the physical cards anymore.
I had to ask.
I know. A lot of people love, especially the actual cataloging. The actual catalog, the furniture itself is highly collectible, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
I find that. No, I just had to say that because, you know, I love the card catalog, and you know, leave it to me. But you know, I remember in school. I'm sorry, but in school where we had a class. Well, we had a class. We went to our school library, and they taught us how to use the card catalog.
Well, we still teach people to use the catalog, except, well, I'll show you. So our catalog is actually right over there. It's that touch screen now. So this is how someone would look for a book.
So this is the card catalog.
That is the card catalog.
2019 card catalog.
So, like, what topic would you be interested in?
I don't
Space?
know. I'm just.
So, say we wanted to see something on space.
Okay. Wow.
And so we're only interested here. And
so that narrowed down our selections to where we could keep narrowing.
That's right.
And drilling down our search.
That's right. So that is how we search for books now.
Okay, folks, I'm going to try. Okay, I'm trying here to catch on to this being the card catalog. Okay, well, this whole entire area is the book section.
Yes.
So we've got a lot more to look at here at the Gilmer County Library. Heath, let's go to another area.
Awesome. Okay, so the library still does have quiet space. If you spend a little time in here, you notice it's not, we don't really shush people anymore, but we do still have quiet space, and also we have a very special local collection too. Area where there's basically just one copy of things. So that's in here. So if you will, just follow me.
Wait a minute. Quiet space, BKP, shush. I just want the warning before we go in here who you're taking in here, quiet space. Let's go. Okay, I see Georgia counties. I see Georgia counties, Gilmer. What am I looking at in here?
Okay, so this is where the genealogical and local history, Cherokee history, those kind of things that we don't typically circulate are housed in this room. So we have certainly annuals over there that's dated back to the 1940s that are from Gilmer County.
So if I want to study Gilmer County, I want to study Gilmer County. Right here.
Absolutely. You would focus on these two spots right here.
These right here.
For the physical collections. Also, there are numerous resources online that we could help you with too. But if you want to just start with a book in hand.
But these have some original documents and clippings and whatever. This has some original stuff where the history of Gilmer County.
Yes, and it's also books created by local genealogical and historical societies too.
Now, is this exactly what I think it is? Is this just studies of other counties?
Exactly, in Georgia.
I think 159?
Yes, so all the materials that we have are specific to Georgia counties outside of Gilmer are listed over here. Yes.
Wow.
And then as we go around, there are also local church histories, church minutes.
Oh, Gilmer County churches and all this. That is really...
Yes, and it's very specific, unique information that you can't find, any other places. Also, family histories is a big topic of interest in that. A lot of that is put together by specific families about their families. So again, things that you won't find anywhere else. A lot of that is just a single edition. They're just one-off editions. There's no other thing like that. So. And they do get a lot of usage. And then as you go around the room, the rest is the information we have, genealogical information on other states that we have.
And they're, for the most part, they're surrounding states because they're...
Migration patterns. That's a key word in genealogical.
That's exactly what I was getting at. That's what I was putting together. Gilmer, the other counties, church history and minutes, and then migration patterns right here, and that's why we have the South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, and North Carolina. Again, migration patterns that you could pick up out of here that connect to here.
That's correct. That's correct.
And what is the name of this room again?
So this is the special collections room.
Special collections
room.
it's very quiet in here. Can we go to like where the kids are? Because I do better.
I know you're getting nervous. Okay. I'm not being able to talk loud.
Let's go there. Okay, folks, it's going to be a little noisy, but that's okay.
That's absolutely okay.
It's okay here. We were in the quiet zone. Shh, quiet.
Now we're in the kids zone.
We're in the kids zone.
Yes.
We're okay.
Kids make noise, so that comes with territory.
Heath, tell me a little bit about this area. Earlier, we were over here for story time.
Okay, cross your legs.
Make a pattern, let's make a pattern. Make a pattern, make a pattern, let's make a pattern.
Okay, here we go. Banana, banana, meatball. 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 Ready?
Make a pattern, make a pattern, let's make a pattern. All right.
Y'all are getting good at crossing your legs. Okay, ready? Here's the next.
Here's one.
Nod, tap, shake your hips. 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 And here's one. Reach in the air. You ready? Reach up.
Make a pattern, let's make a pattern. All right. Make a pattern,
Good.
make a pattern, let's make a pattern.
Okay, here we go.
Loud, loud.
Loud, loud.
What are some of the activities and the programs that are offered here in the kids?
Okay, so we usually do 2 story times a week on Wednesdays, and following story time, there's always craft time. So that's what's happening over here now. So staff has put together a craft. I wish they would put together a craft that they will actually put together, or they will draw, or they will paint, do something that's free form at times. So that's currently what they're doing. So then we have other special programs throughout the month. We have a Lego lab on the second Saturday of the month. So we have numerous things for young kids to do.
I'm trying to pay attention, but this is more like my son. Sorry. Now the other thing is here's the book area.
Absolutely, these are easy slash picture books.
A little work area here for the craft area, story time area over here, a designated room. There was something this is the book. Josh, can you look over here? Are these all children's books?
These are what we consider juvenile books, fiction and non-fiction books.
Okay. And those computers over there, what's the difference in this area? Are we still in the kids area? What's the difference over here?
So this is where younger, I would say juvenile, not quite yet teen,
right.
So middle school age kids, elementary school age kids. This is where they would use the computers, so these computers are filtered a little more heavily than the adults, so that they're not exposed to maybe some. So
there's some filters here, safety things here for young adults to work here. That maybe the adults over there.
Absolutely. The government requires there be filtering on any computers that are in libraries that receive specific funding. So yes, so these do have more filtering than some of the others.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can get in on craft time for a minute before we go to our next segment.
Thank you for going. So this is the young adult room. This is where the YA reading material lives. Certainly it's not exclusive to young adults. A lot of adults read out of this selection, out of this area. So just a neat place for kids, mainly teens come in here and hang out.
Well, what I like is there are so many different sections that there's something for everybody. Young adults, again, another computer center that probably has some filters that are necessary.
That's right.
For the age
That's
group.
right. A few less filters than you would see in the other area, but you had a few more than you would see, like in the adult area.
So young people, we'll say that's the young adults here, youth section, and then adult section. Computers down there.
Children's, and then young adults, and then adults.
Okay, great. So everybody has something at the library.
There's definitely something here for everybody.
But then you have so many special events. Why don't you go show us something you have coming on right now?
Absolutely. So later this month, we're going to have a chimpanzee program for the chimpanzee reserve in Blue Ridge. They'll be here Tuesday night, April the 30th at 6 o'clock. So this is an example of just a monthly, all ages type program that we offer here. We also have other larger programs through the year, like Festival of Trees that always happens around the 1st of December, and which is a big event. We'll probably have somewhere between 300 and 500 people on that one night alone. And then, of course, summer reading program is just around the corner. It usually kicks off like the last day of school. That is our big event for the year.
So this is Project Chimp.
Project Chimp, exactly.
Right, Project Chimp. But you always have something going on at the library is it every month you have something, or different periodically throughout the month?
At least one, sometimes two, maybe 3 programs a month. We're not the only organization that will put on programs here. The Genealogy Society will put on a program. The Historical Society will do like some Saturday programs. So, we have multiple organizations in the community, that wants to present like local history or interesting things in the community, just, points of interest. So, I encourage people definitely to, keep up with our Facebook page, which is Gilmer Library, and find us on the web at SawyerRegionalLibrary.org, to keep up with what's taking place at the library.
Okay, folks, we have looked all over the library today, including the new basement downstairs. How exciting, that big area that you can use down there that's new. But what if you need information and you need to ask somebody questions about everything you saw here today? We're going to show you where to get all the information at the library. So let's go over to the Information Center. Okay, folks, everything we talked about today, the Information Center, if you have any questions, Keith, tell us a little bit about this area here and what goes on here, and where I see you can take money. It's not a problem.
We can take money. We don't like taking your money, but sometimes, we do have to take a little overdue fines or something like that. So yeah, we do, take credit card, like everybody else in cash, of course. So this is where you would come if you have questions about anything that's happening in the library or going to happen sort of like at a later date. You can't find a book. If you want sort of reader's advisory tips. So just anything that you can think of, this is the place you would come to start to get answers.
So everything, if I wanted to talk to you about scheduling the computer lab, scheduling the meeting room, anything and all the activities, I can come here and get all the information right here.
Yes, you can. You could also call us, to do some of those things, But yeah, so there's always somebody up here at the front that is more than happy to answer the questions, reserve rooms, anything.
What's your website?
So the website is SequoiaRegionalLibrary.org/Gilmer. That will take you to precisely our page. And our Facebook page is /Gilmer Library.
Folks, this concludes our tour of the Gilmer County Library with Gilmer County Librarian Lee Heath. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, that's it. It's a wrap, Josh. Okay, folks, that ends our live broadcast from the Gilmer County Library here. I'm your host, BKP. Thank you for joining us. If you would like to, again, the tour of the library, you can find that on our YouTube channel, FYN TV Fetcher News. We will be tomorrow. We will be at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. Thank you for watching. Again, come up and check out the Gilmer County Library on National Library Week. We want to thank all the staff here, the Gilmer County Library staff, each and every one of them. They have been great, and we especially want to thank the librarian here, Heath Lee. Thank you very much for letting us broadcast. I want to thank this fly that has been in the broadcast for 2.5 hours and is enjoying the show. We're out, but you stay tuned for Candace, the Freedom Zone with Candace, right after these messages. Take us out of here, Josh.